Ciao, Svima. How you doing, Charles? Man, and look at me, I just got injured opening this Norwegian beer. So I've instantly got a negative view of Lofoten Pils. Norwegian, I would read more of it, but I don't want to embarrass myself. This is a Norwegian beer from northern Norway that my dear brother William Nicola Jacobsen gave me. Ooh, smells so nice. Every Norwegian beer I've had, he's given me a couple and they're really nice. Ooh, this is beautiful. Ooh, kind of a sweet. Fuck, this is nice. Lofoten Pils, however the fuck you say it. Norway, good beer. Anyway, we don't want to talk about Norwegian beer today. We're going to talk about, if I can get my injured finger going again, I want to tell you a story, okay? Lots of Serbians have been weighing in on my videos lately, wanting me to comment on situations that are going on here in Serbia. And we've got some problems here in this region of southeastern Europe between our neighbors. Okay, we've got next door, we've got Bosnia, which is Bosnia-Herzegovina, which has a part called Republika Srpska, which is a Serbian majority place. And then we've got the southern region of Serbia called Kosovo that's got some issues. And we're going to talk about them. But first I'm going to tell you a story, okay? This is a scary story. And this is no shit. So please don't think I'm bullshitting you. This is the God's honest truth, okay? Let's start here. This is 2 days ago. I was sitting here, it was about midnight, and I noticed, I just got a Facebook message from a relative of mine. I'm not going to call her out. She is a close relative that I don't speak to all that much. I saw her when I was in the USA, but we don't speak a whole lot, unfortunately. She's a wonderful woman, I love her, but we don't. And she sent me a message. She says, Charles, I've got something I want to tell you. And she said, I don't want to scare you, but I thought I should let you know. So I was like, sure, what is it? And she told me, she said this. She said, Charles, she said, me and my friend in the USA, they live in Illinois, and she said, I went and saw a fortune teller or a medium. If you know what a medium is, if you're watching my videos, is Vini. Oh, opa, bre. I always belch. I've got stomach issues, so forgive me. Don't think I'm a pig, but I do this constantly when I talk a lot. But anyway, she told me, she said, I went and saw a fortune teller or a medium. She said, a medium, if you don't know, medium is this person that can tell the future, and they supposedly, the dead people of your past can speak through this medium. They can enter the medium's body, and they can provide information. Scary stuff. I'm a guy that loves horror movies. I love all sorts of stuff like that, but I never watch anything that has to do with like poltergeists, demons, and Ouija boards and things like that, because I don't like it. It scares me a little bit, you know. I'm going to get goosebumps when I say this. This is a creepy story. Anyway, she, which is a very upscale woman, she would never lie or anything like this. She sent this message and she said, Charles, I saw this medium, and she said, I went and talked to her. We sat down and we started talking about things. Didn't mention anything that she had a relative living outside the USA or nothing. Okay, she didn't know this lady. And then all of a sudden this lady said, okay, she said, I'm seeing a woman, an older woman. She described her and all these things and some things about her. And they said, oh, anyway, this is my grandma, okay? And they said, and the medium says, she's showing a picture of this eagle, and this eagle has to do something with Yugoslavia. That's what she said. No shit. I'm getting goosebumps when I hear this. This is creepy. And she said, it's something about Yugoslavia. My aunt knows nothing about me being here, or she knows I'm here, but she doesn't know anything about Yugoslavia. She doesn't know that much about this stuff. And she said, this woman in this is saying over and over, war is not good, war is not good, war is not good. And so then she said, okay, this medium, make a long story short, so the medium said, okay, this woman is gone. She said, what do you know about, what connection do you have with maybe Yugoslavia? Such a weird thing for the middle of Illinois, small community, middle of Illinois, asking about Yugoslavia, and this woman saying war is not good. My aunt thought about it, and she said, oh my God, that's the only thing my grandma had said here. War is not good, and the medium said it. My aunt didn't say shit. She said Yugoslavia, and my aunt got to thinking after this is over. She said, Charles, she sent me a message. She said, so isn't Serbia where you live, wasn't that something to do with Yugoslavia? And I said, yes. And then she told me the story. And I was like, oh, Jesus. And this, not even the scary part, this came through at midnight, about 12:20 at night. I was watching something here on Netflix in my ghetto apartment to get this random message from my relative saying that my grandma had came through, and my grandma, the only thing she said was something about Yugoslavia, showing this thing that had to do with Yugoslavia, and war is not good. Gave me the creeps, and my aunt said, the way I see this is like a warning to you, maybe. Something is not good for you in that region. Oh my God, my mind was going in about every goddamn direction you could ever imagine. And I was thinking, what I thought, this is just me, I was thinking, man, you know what? War is not good. Maybe this has something to do with 1999, of course. My grandma's not, if my grandma was living, God bless her, I hope she's doing well wherever she is. But she realizes probably that Bill Clinton was wrong, of course, like I agree. And I thought maybe she's saying something about, I visited Sarajevo and Pristina. Maybe she's saying that something is going to happen from these folks that don't like me in these other regions. Maybe I'm not safe. All of these things went through my mind. Such scary shit. Really. What are the odds of that happening? Honestly. I'm not a believer in all of these fortune tellers and all that horse shit. But where does that come from? You know? Oof. Creepy. Then, and you guys are going to think I'm bullshitting you here. I'm not bullshitting anybody. This is a God's honest truth. A few weeks ago, there's issues in Republika Srpska. They just celebrated their 25th birthday, okay? And they're having big issues. NATO warned them about celebrating this 25th anniversary, their 25th birthday. The Dayton Accords gave them Republika Srpska. And they're having big conflicts now between the Federation, Republika Srpska, NATO warning them, United Nations saying, oh, you shouldn't celebrate this. Bullshit right there, huh? Then, same time that my grandma came through, this thing in Kosovo, I guess Russia has donated a train here to Serbia. Serbia has a line from Belgrade to Kosovska Mitrovica, which is the part of Serbia that's considered Kosovo is like a diamond shape. The northern part of it is Serbian majority there. There's a place called Kosovska Mitrovica. The northern part is Serbian enclave, and the south part is majority Albanian. But this train goes from Belgrade down to there. This train was marked on it. It had, inside is like all these Orthodox saints, because Serbians are Orthodox Christian. The inside has all these saints and everything. Really neat looking, the inside. The exterior of this passenger train, who goes from Belgrade to Kosovska Mitrovica, that's it. It had on the outside, it says, Kosovo je Srbiju, in Kosovo is Serbia, okay? Because Kosovo claims it's an independent entity, okay? And the outside of it had Kosovo je Srbiju in like 20-some languages, in Albanian language, in Spanish, and all these languages on the outside of the train. Supposedly, there's been a big uproar about this. Vucic stopped the train. It was supposed to go from Belgrade down to Kosovska Mitrovica, but it stopped in Raška, which is a part right there before you get to the border. And he said stop it because rumor had it that the Albanians had explosives on the track that was going to blow it up. So the president of Serbia, or Aleksandar Vucic is the prime minister, the president is Tomislav Nikolic. And they had came out and said, Tomislav Nikolic made this statement, he said, we're almost in a conflict, a military conflict, because they heard that these Albanians were going to blow up this track that had passengers on it. All this at that same time. How creepy is that? You know, I'm almost a believer, and I wish you could see it, because that night when that happened, when my relative said what happened, I slept with the lights on, honestly, because it scared me. I thought, oh shit, what if I go in the bathroom and I see my grandma? Whoa, creepy shit. And all this is happening. All of our little neighbors here, right to our west, Republika Srpska in Bosnia, and to our southern province, these people are uproars, all this conflict right now in this region, and my grandma said that, just random stuff, all that. How creepy is that? Oof. Weird shit, huh? But I've had a lot of Serbians ask me here what I think of that train that's going to that portion of their country. And honestly, I don't want to piss you off. I'll probably piss you off, but that's okay. I'm not going to lie. I think that's provocative, and I think it's silly. The train, I guess, was from Russia. Russia doesn't recognize Serbia. China doesn't recognize Serbia. India doesn't recognize Serbia. Mexico, blah, blah. There's many countries that don't. And I know there's so many Serbians. I know what they're going to do. They're going to instantly hit dislike because I have a comment on this. But I think that is being very provocative to put something like that on a train that goes into that region. I don't like that. I think it's a silly thing, and I do not want, the last thing I want is a conflict here of any sort, militarily or whatever. I just don't like that, and I don't want that to happen here, you know. So I don't think that was a wise move to put it on there. But if you look at it, I'm open to that. I know I'm going to get hate for saying that, but I realize this is part of your country. I'm not saying any differently than that to those Serbians who are hating me right now, saying, oh, you're an American, you support this. I just think it's silly. Why would you put that on a train, first of all, to spark some conflict? We all know, most of us who are here, most foreigners who are here, support your cause, but I think that's just something that's silly. And I don't think that should have been put on the side of the train in all those languages. I think it's silly. But I can also see the opposing view. This is part of your land, it's part of your region, and you see this as going from Belgrade to Kosovska Mitrovica, which is still in your country. So I can understand that viewpoint, but from the other viewpoint, I can see how it doesn't make sense. Razumite. I hope I don't piss you off for saying that, but I think it's silly. Why would that be put on a train, you know? Your government is the one that's allowed this to take place. The other thing that's causing tension, the former Prime Minister of Kosovo was arrested in France. And all the Albanian communities around the world he's been released already, but he was on a warrant from Serbia in France. I guess it was in Paris. He was arrested on an international warrant from Serbia for war crimes. This guy was like a general or something. I don't know what he was. It doesn't matter. He was a high-ranking military officer in 1998, 1999 against Serbia in the conflict they had. And he was arrested in France. He's been released, but there was all these Albanian communities around the world were in upheaval, were in uproar over him being arrested. And he's been released. So you've got lots of tension here currently. So, such a strange thing to know my grandma came through and gave this warning. War is not good at the same time that this sprung up, you know. How weird is that? I don't know. Strange stuff. So anyway, what I would like to know from you Serbians, really, answer this question. How do you feel about this train that's marked with that going to Kosovska Mitrovica? I know a lot of my friends think it was silly. Some of them support it. I want to know your opinion. I'm not negatively talking bad about you. I'm just giving my opinion that I think it was a wrong thing to do. And I don't want any provocation. I don't want any conflicts going on here. People don't need it right now. Things are improving here in Serbia. We don't want this international community. We already know how they feel. And Hashim Tachi even said, there was an article in the newspaper, and Hashim Tachi said he's looking forward to the new administration in the USA. I don't know why, but this new administration, supposedly through this whole election process, our current president, I'm not going to mention his name, because our soon-to-be president on January 20th, supposedly he made a lot of comments about Kosovo and how he was supporting of Serbia, but I think a lot of that was just talk, hot air, a bunch of crap from him, because his opponent, of course, her husband bombed you and killed your people, which I don't like her. I don't like Hillary Clinton. I didn't vote for Hillary Clinton, and I don't like Donald Trump either. And I got so many dislikes on a video because I said I didn't like Donald Trump. I don't like Donald Trump. I will never like Donald Trump. If Donald Trump is, maybe one viewpoint, if Donald Trump is serious, if he really gives a fuck about your people, and he thinks it was wrong to attack you in 1999, I absolutely back Mr. Donald Trump for that. But everything else, I don't respect Donald Trump for. But you Serbians, I would be interested to hear your view. Put it in the comments here. Tell me what you think, honestly, and be sensible about it. Think that. What do you think about this train going from Belgrade to Kosovska Mitrovica with that written on in 26 languages? Just to see. Because to me, that's a scary thing anyway. If you're a passenger on this train, maybe this passenger doesn't have anything to do with the government or anything. He's just some random little village woman who wants to go see her cousin in Kosovska Mitrovica. And she's on this train that says that. And maybe somebody does blow it up. What do? I don't know. Just my viewpoint. Something to think about, guys. Tell me your opinion. I'm interested. I'm not saying I'm right and you're wrong. I want to know what you think. Anyway, Lofto Pills, while discussing the southern region of your country and Republika Srpska, I'm totally in support of Republika Srpska because I think they're getting the shit into the stick. So I have nothing to do with that. I think they should be able to celebrate all they want their 25th anniversary, 25th birthday. But the train, I think that's silly. Anyway, that's me. That's my opinion. If you don't like it, mršu pišku materinu. Hvala, prijetno.